Hey guys, it's Kai. From mind control to super soldier creation and winning battles while unarmed, these are 10 secret government projects. Number 10, Project DreamScan. While Project DreamScan's goals have little documentation, the methods used in the program have been thoroughly documented. There is evidence that the CIA experimented with distance viewing, especially during the Cold War, mainly because the intelligence that their Soviet counterparts did. According to some, Project DreamScan's goal was for remote viewers to leave their bodies and regain consciousness elsewhere. The objective of their missions was to influence the thought process of their targets. Some researchers suggest that such remote viewers are used in UN meetings to influence politicians. There are even rumors that Uri Geller, who was known for bending metal spoons on UK TV, was hired that way, as a psychic warrior. In addition, a CIA declassification in 2017 suggests that such missions can send distance viewers not only to other planets, but at different times, both in the past and in the future. While most reject this aspect altogether, it is interesting to believe that time travel may be something achieved in an astral plane as well as the physical one. Number 9, Project Mannequin. If you contact several particular individuals who have asked to remain anonymous and talk to them, they will tell you that Project Mannequin is a cooperative operation that combines the efforts of the NSA and some of the British intelligence agencies. Although a variety of activities and projects work under the name Mannequin, the main goal is to train and develop units of super soldiers. Some are used as part of UFO retrieval and security operations. Others, however, are called sleepers and are said to be mind-controlled and remotely activated for deadly killing missions that they will not be aware of. Some people state that astral attacks are being managed and directed by this bunker and are orchestrated within the boundaries of Project Mannequin. Most of these super soldiers become members of these programs through abductions or years of rearing through military and high-status families who apparently volunteer their children. The centerpiece of the operation is said to be a top-secret facility 60 meters underground in Berkshire, southern England. In addition, training of super soldiers and mind-controlled killings, if, of course, we subscribe to these obvious leaks of information, there are also remote viewing sessions. They are conducted for a variety of purposes and not only to gain political and military advantage. One of the most famous people claiming to be part of Project Mannequin may be Max Spears. The man claimed to have taken part in the project and that he had been trained as a super soldier that can be deployed to other dimensions and planets. Max died in the most arguable circumstances due to extremely high temperatures for 20 hours while vomiting tar-like liquid. His death, shortly after making such allegations, remains unsolved to this day. Number 8, Project Bluebird / artichoke. Contrary to rather bizarre assertions about Project Mannequin, this one is way too real. Although there is no direct evidence linking to the programs, many researchers believe that the work of Jose Delgado, who wanted to replace the brutal nature of lobotomies with electrical stimulation to the brain, may have inadvertently provided intelligence agencies with the insight they need to use such knowledge for their own purposes. The US government program for mind control, called MK Ultra, took place between 1953 and 1973. The precursor to this very real project first came under the name Project Bluebird, and then, probably for security reasons and due to the lack of clear paper trail, under Project Artichoke. Perhaps this activity is indicative of the nature of black budget projects, which at first glance would become the standard operating procedure for many intelligence agencies as the 20th century progresses. These programs began around 1950, after World War II, sadly in concentration camps. The Nazis are known to have conducted extensive experiments with mind control. And now for number 7, but first, welcome! If you're new to this channel, be sure to subscribe and click the notification bell for more videos like these. Number 7, Project Stargate. Many of these secret programs were the product of a Cold War and intelligence received from the US and Soviet agencies. In fact, it is tempting to say that each country likely nourished the other with a good serving of deliberate misinformation. In the paranoid nature of times, neither country could afford to ignore ludicrous claims of people having special powers, however absurd they might have been. It is easy to see where the turbidity of such projects comes from. One of these operations was Project Stargate, which, according to the small amount of information available, was a psychotronic research program. In the late 1970s, established and proven remote viewers would teach others to perfect their remote viewing skills, all at the expense of the United States government, of course. According to some, it was a new psychic war that was taking place in full view of an unknown and unsuspecting audience. There are even more bizarre reports from some researchers who suggest that these talented remote viewers would sometimes be relegated to friendly parties for use in their personal matters. Like many programs, whatever the truth of these operations, Project Stargate would suddenly stop operating, at least under that name, in the 1990s. Number 6. Project Moondust. The official reason for Project Moondust was to restore the remains of Soviet satellites, which returned through the atmosphere and crashed to Earth. Satellites such as these were not recovered in the United States, but all over the world, in places like South Africa, Bolivia, and even as far away as the Himalayan mountains. According to a famous researcher by the name of Clifford Stone, much of the missions from Project Moondust have actually recovered crashed UFOs. Many of these vessels are thought to have been brought back to the United States to various air bases and research facilities to reverse engineer the technology available. Stone, who also stated his involvement in the missions, said shortly before his death in 2014 that while doing this, the American public was told nothing about UFOs. Stone, who also said that for most of these missions, the unit thought they were going for a satellite or a Soviet test aircraft. However, in each of these missions, at the very last moment, there was an assigned person who was not an employee of the Army Corps. It seems that these mysterious additions to the mission were only ones in full possession of the actual facts of every incident. The claims, though required to be taken with a pinch of salt or two, are certainly intriguing. Number 5. Project Rainbow. Another seemingly alien covert operation was a radar cloaking device experiment called Project Rainbow, whose roots seem to be in projects as the Philadelphia experiment that experimented with time travel, which, of course, most people suggest is just a mere fantasy. It also has more direct links to another top-secret program, the Phoenix Travel Project, which some researchers believe is essentially the same operation under a different name. While most of the project, assuming the authenticity of the claims, revolves around trying to create time tunnels and wormholes, the other part of Project Rainbow will look at time control. This, especially in recent years, is something that is increasingly being dragged from conspiracy boards to fact boards. Perhaps one of the most intriguing links to other conspiracies is the claim that it was from these experiments of time and space-time that the seeds of fully functioning mind-controlled devices came to be. This is another layer for such conspiracies. It seems the already proven conspiracy theory, such as time control, combined with a much more uncomfortable prospect of controlling the minds of unsuspecting people. Number 4. Operation Sleeping Beauty. The Rainbow Project has led to a secret program for developing and using electromagnetic weapons that alter the mind and have the capacity to win battles almost instantaneously, known as Operation Sleeping Beauty. Some people claim that the experiments are likely continuing today. The drive behind the conspiracy theories is the notion that mind-altering electromagnetic weapons can be used to the benefit of the US military. With such advanced and experimental technology, they could achieve superiority on the battlefield. Their enemies would be mentally disoriented to the point of being inactive. Another aspect of this approach was that the soldiers involved did not have the slightest idea what was going on with their own bodies. This confusion alone would cause considerable fear. In short, such a secret advanced weapon is by no means beyond the realm of imagination or possibility. Number 3. The Mind Wrecker Project. A very similar, sophisticated battlefield weapons program would be the Project Mindwrecker, sometimes referred to as Mindwrecker, an effort to create a state of artificial paralysis through mentally altering weapons. According to conspiracies, and once again it should be noted that there's no absolute hard evidence to support these alien claims, the project came to light through another involuntary observation during Project Rainbow's weather control. After realizing that there is potential to paralyze subjects through the technology they have created, scientists wanted to weaponize it, of course. In a conspiracy theory bordering with insanity, further accusations show that this technology came from an alien spacecraft that made only the conspiracy theory more appealing to some and more incredible to others. Perhaps, just to add another layer of appeal to the whole affair, Mindwrecker also claims to be one of the last secret projects commissioned by the Reagan administration. Of course, who actually guided Reagan over the years may also be open to debate and may actually be the bigger plot. Number 2, the Chani Project. Perhaps one of the most intriguing of these supposedly secret projects is Chani, Channeled Holographic Access Network Interface Project, which one researcher defined as orgasmic interaction between the theory of science and spiritual awareness. A simple way to explain this project is to move remote viewing and use psychics in a digital age. Through various computer software programs, the conspiracy says that a digital channel or presence will make contact with spirits and energies from another kingdom, different to the kingdom of Earth. To put it in a more specific manner, with a power or apparition more sinisterly named a being. Weirdly enough, it is said that this being regularly contacts humankind on the side of all elders, the creators, and the overseers of the natural world, the cosmos, the in-between, and everything in them. It is an interesting concept, and one that is found in the legends of many ancient civilizations. Ancient Egypt, for example, had legends of 9 god-makers. Perhaps, interestingly, it is argued that similar channeling experiments in the 1950s and 1960s by themselves or as a branch of the MK Ultra and remote sensing experiments made contact with one of these creator gods. Number 1. Project Sigma. Perhaps the statements behind the apparent Sigma project are the most intriguing of them all, though only because they offer a commonly accepted explanation for alien abduction and phenomenon. Project Sigma's roots go back to the supposed and equally controversial meeting between President Eisenhower and 2 different alien races. One race was the Greys, whose proposal for advanced technology apparently won Eisenhower's mind against the offering for green technology from another alien race. Further rumors suggest that Eisenhower did not want the technology to be in the hands of the Soviet Union. So if we go into the theory that Eisenhower did indeed encounter 2 alien races, one of them was the Greys, what was the outcome of such an encounter? According to some researchers who have relied on testimony, this is the Sigma Project. It was essentially a hybridization program for aliens. The reason for this is that the Greys' DNA has suffered extreme degradation due to the radiation exposure on their home planet. In short, they could no longer reproduce. So, in return for this technology, the Greys have apparently been given access to abductees, provided that the abducted will not remember such abductions and will be returned unharmed. It is certainly an interesting idea. Could this be the main reason for reports of Grey alien abductions since the early 1960s? Thanks for watching. Do you believe the government is onto something with these projects? Do you think that some of these projects are still going strong today? Let me know in the comments below. Be sure to subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye.